What's going on, beautiful people? It is your host, the God Armani, and you tuned into the God Armani podcast. So first off, happy New Year to y'all. Celebrate that it's a new year. Hit the reset button, fresh start. Hope y'all, made some new goals and a mood board and all of these things to start off the new year and, things to work up to achieving. So Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. And happy Black History Month. And speaking of Happy New Year, I am going to be talking about faith. And the reason why I'm talking about faith, the first person that I called, before midnight, before everybody screamed Happy New Year, was my mom. So usually my mom is the first person that I talk to either right before or right after, the ball drop, the countdown, whatever. And so this time I spoke to my mom prior to the countdown. And of course, as usual, like I said before, I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom. We tight like that. And so I called her, I woke her up, which I hate when I do that. But, we already on the time difference. My mom's on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast. And I just wanted to, hear my mom's voice before the year end and, have a conversation with her. But I woke her up, but we still ended up being on the phone for almost 3 hours. Because, like I said, we tight like that. I hope that y'all have a bond like that with y'all mom or parent, guardian, whatever, because language, y'all got to be up on y'all language and titles and labels, which is also something else that we're gonna talk about eventually. But like I said, today we're talking about faith. So I'm on the phone with my mom, and we're talking about the new year and how she's feeling, how I'm feeling, the things that we both have endured this year and everything. And so my mom goes to ask me about my plans. And I'm like, well, I'm supposed to meet up with some people, but I really don't want to go out because I hurt my back. That's a whole nother story, y'all. We'll talk about that another day, too. So I've been recovering from hurting my back. So I've been mostly in the house. And I was supposed to meet up with some people. And then I was like, nah, I'm just probably going to stay in the house. Plus, it was actually raining here in California. In LA, it was raining, and I was pissed. Anybody that actually knows me or have met me and knew that I was living in New York, it always rained. It's always cold, it's always raining. What the hell, unless it's summertime. And it's yo. So coming from that, I'm like, ooh, LA, California, it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be warm. I don't gotta worry about rain boots and all this. Nah, player. It rained for 2 days. It might have been 3. I don't know, but I know for sure it rained for 2 days, and I was pissed. It rained. It literally rained up until the countdown, until everybody, said Happy New Year, and then the rain just stopped. Oh, was I pissed. But anyway, so back to my mom, and then getting to why we're talking about faith today. So after I told my mom, my plans or whatever, and I asked her about hers, and she let me know she was staying in the house and everything, whatever. She was like, oh, you're not going to go to church? Now, I'm like, I wish y'all could see my face. I wish y'all could see my face. And again, people that know me or have been around me, church? Baby, what? Now let me dive into that a little bit too. That's no offense to anyone who is religious. If you have a God that you follow, that you believe in, a religion that you practice, a Bible that you read, a scroll, a Quran, or whoever, listen, do what y'all do. Like I say all the time, do what makes you happy. If religion, if spirituality, or whatever it is makes you happy, baby, do that. Because I ain't you and you ain't me. You ain't ever gonna be me, I ain't ever gonna be you, okay? So I'm like, church, mom, do you know who you talking to? She like, yeah, I know who I'm talking to. I'm like, you sure? Because I don't do church, baby. So she's like, well, you could just go in and then leave. You ain't got to stay. Mom, no. Armani don't do church. I am my own God, hence the name, the God Armani. But no, but seriously though, I am my own God. I have faith in me. I have faith in all my choices, and you know, the way that I live my life, the decisions that I make. My name, actually, Armani, means faith. So that's all the faith I need, baby. I don't necessarily need a God or, you know, something to follow or anything like that. I follow me. I believe in me. My faith is in me. My name says it all. My name is Armani. Armani means faith. That means I have faith in Armani. Armani is the God. Y'all know we gonna get a lot of laughs around here, so that's why y'all tuning in, because I make y'all laugh. So anyway, but yeah, like seriously, when I was younger, y'all know I always got story time. Here we go. Yeah, story time. And if you don't like it, listen, you can hit N or you can hit the X. Bye, see you later. But for those of y'all that's still listening, appreciate you. So yeah, so story time. So I actually have a lot of stories, but I'm gonna try to keep it simple. Y'all know we don't got a lot of time. You know, brother don't do no 2-hour podcast. I start getting nervous and sweating, and y'all be in my business. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. But yeah. So growing up, right? I love this about my parents. So my mom will tell you that she's Muslim, but she's not a traditional Muslim. And when I say that, I mean, when you see her, she doesn't have on overgarments. She doesn't have on a khimar or shayla or, you know, any of the garments that Muslims often wear. But she will tell you that she's Muslim, right? And then my dad, I don't, you know what? Damn, I don't even know if my dad believes in anything. That's crazy. So my dad is from Jamaica, and he's been in America for, I know over 33 years, but I don't, you know what, I think he believes in God, but I can't speak for him. Maybe I'll put him on the podcast one day. He gonna be real shy, he ain't really gonna talk. Yeah, so I love that growing up, my parents didn't force us. I have an older brother and a younger sister. They didn't force us to follow or believe or practice any religion, any, you know, spirituality or anything. Like, and some people may think that sounds bad, like, oh, that means y'all didn't have any structure and this is it, baby. That's not what that means. That is not what that means. Because if you listen to the other episodes, when I do mention my mom and the way that she raised us and everything, baby, you already know we had structure. I was terrified of that lady. Like, we definitely had structure. Like, you knew to be in the house, you know, before the street lights came on. You knew to make sure that you better have your homework done. You know, you knew to not be outside acting like you don't have any home training, as people say. You know, you have manners. You've been raised, quote unquote, right. You've been raised with respect, you know, and you know how to respect people. You know how to not, as they say, act out. So we definitely had structure. I didn't ever really have a curfew, but I also, like I said, knew to be home, you know, before the street lights come on, or to be home in a decent hour because I had school or, you know, other responsibilities or whatever. So we definitely had structure. So I hope that, I mean, I don't care what y'all think, but I hope that some of y'all don't, you know, run off with that. So anyway, yeah, so we were allowed to just kind of be free in life and not have to worry so much about, oh, you know, we got to go to church on Sunday, or, oh, we have to go to, what is it called, to make prayer at I think it's called the masjid. I'm not Muslim, but I do know a few words here and there. But yeah, but I love that about my parents, that it was kind of like, you know, as long as you go to school and, you know, you get good grades, you have good behavior, and when you get to a certain age, you know, you get you a little job and you graduate high school, get a high school diploma, all of that, whatever. Like, we really don't really care too much about trying to control you or trying to what's a better word for control, or trying to, I hate when I'm trying to think like on the spot off the top of my head, but like, I'm going to say control, but again, I hope y'all don't take that any type of way, but I also don't care because y'all understand what the hell I'm trying to say. We had freedom. We had that freedom to say, oh, I want to practice Christianity. Oh, I want to practice, Islam. Like, I want to be a Buddhist. I want to, be a monk. Like, we had the freedom to do those things. And I love that because I did explore, some things. Like, I thought that when I was younger that I believed in God. I thought, okay, I believe in God. Like, I'm going to get a Bible. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to go to Bible study on Wednesdays and, all of those things. Also, my brother decided to be Muslim. I'm not Muslim. My younger sister is not Muslim. But again, like, we just decided, within our own free will to practice and believe in what we decided to practice and believe in. So my brother's Muslim. I believe my little sister believes in God. As far as I know, she doesn't go to church or anything like that, but I know that she does believe in God. And me, well, back to the story. So I'm just going to tell the story and then I'm going to tell y'all why after. Okay. So when I was about 13, I'll say 12, 13, I had this best friend in middle school, right? Young girl. We're the same age, we're in middle school. And her family, her dad was a Christian. Her mom was Jehovah's Witness. Now, again, because I don't know these things, I don't know, like, the distinct difference, but I believe there's a difference. And y'all could judge all y'all want. I don't give a shit. But yeah, so the dad was Christian or Baptist, or I think Baptist is a form of Christianity. I don't listen. We ain't gonna go there because truthfully I don't know, and I really didn't care to know. But anyway, that was my best friend, and so the dad was also a drummer on the church band, and then the mom, like I said, was Jehovah's Witness. So me, loving and supporting my best friend, you my best friend, whatever you do, like, I'm with you, like, I'm riding with you. So at the time, like I said, like, I kind of believed in God, right? I know that I kind of prayed sometimes. Like, I prayed to have better days. I prayed to be a wise and successful, wealthy person in life and pray for my family, things like that. Like, I know I used to pray, right? So I did certain things, certain acts that would make you think that I was a religious person or that I believed in some form of religion. So my best friend, I don't necessarily even remember at the time how she identified as far as, like, religion, because, like I said, the dad was Christian, the mom was Jehovah's Witness. I don't know. I just know she went to church, and that girl knew the Bible forwards and backwards, inside out, okay? And it's like things that I think about now are funny, but, like, at the time it was, like, serious. It was real fucking life at the time. And so this was, like I said, I was 12 or 13. So, like I said, if you my best friend, like, I'm going to support you. What you do, I do, but I'm going to tell you right from wrong, too. So, I am a part of the LGBTQ plus community, right? And like I said, the more y'all listen to my episodes and this podcast, like, I'm going to dive into my life and all my identities, all my intersectionalities, like I said. So, at this time, when I was 12 or 13, I had come out to my best friend, right? And I trusted her to, one, accept me, two, support me, whatever that looked like, being a kid, being a preteen, and then three, to not, like, tell people my business, to not do anything malicious to hurt me. Oh baby, when I tell y'all, like, I think that was one of the times when I started to realize, like, coming into, my teenage years, that the way that we see people and the way that we hope people to be is not always going to be that way. Again, I was 12, 13, I was a kid, whatever. So I came out to her, about my sexuality and everything. And like, she just made it seem like she just loved me and supported me and respected me and was always gonna have my back. Like I said, those are the things that I hoped for, and I thought that she was gonna do that. Ooh, this was about to get juicy, y'all. It's about to get juicy. So listen. And if her or her sister or her family is listening to this, which I'm sure they not, but if y'all are, hey, hey, y'all remember me? So, like I said, here's where it gets juicy. So she had an older sister, right? Sister was a year older than us. Went to like the same schools we did. She was just a grade higher. The sister is beautiful. Like, I've seen it. We still friends on social media. Like, ooh, shit. Ooh, excuse me. So anyway, I did not know that the sister was into me. I didn't. And mind y'all, like I told y'all, like, we talking about faith. So I'm getting there, okay? Damn it, work with me. Like, be patient. This is how I tell stories, okay? I'm gonna run it back to the word faith. It's all gonna add up. It's all gonna make sense. So, like I said, so the sister was beautiful. Like, is beautiful, whatever we talking about back then. She was this little cutie, right? And I was like, damn, like, my best friend sister look good. You know, but I'm in my own world, you know, I'm trying to be respectful. I know that they religious, and I know, or at least at the time, you know, being a young boy, you know, you can't be queer and be Christian. You can't be trans and be non-binary and a lesbian and gay and all the stuff, you know, if you are religious, if you Muslim and all the, you know, all the rules in the Bible and the Quran and all these other things, you know, y'all know how it go. I don't have to go into that. So anyway, I came out to my best friend, right? And then I used to go and stay like the night with them at their dad's house. So their parents were divorced or separated. I'm gonna say separated, but who knows? Anyway, so he's a older black guy, and he had another wife, which was this older white woman, right? And their mom is black. Sometimes context means everything, right? So I gotta tell y'all these details, right? Okay. So they had a stepsister that was the stepmom was the older white woman, her daughter who was white, right? Okay. So this one weekend, right, we at the dad house, and I really wasn't feeling good. Like, something in my stomach was just like, yo, just stay there. I don't know if I was like really sick or something. Like, I was having that intuition, that gut feeling, and it just like took over my whole body, and it was like, yo, just stay here. So I didn't want to go to church. I didn't feel good. I stayed back, and so did the sister. Everybody else went to church. Oh, and the stepsister. So it was me. I was upstairs. The sister was walking around the house, and then the stepsister was wherever she was, right? So y'all, this the real juice. Don't drop y'all jaw, right? Somehow me and the sister start flirting, right? Don't judge. And we ended up having sex. I know y'all probably judging. I don't give a shit. I'm telling y'all my truth. This is my safe space. Remember, the God Armani podcast is for the God Armani to talk about things safely. It's a safe space. So anyway, so me and the sister, we started flirting, and then we ended up having sex, right? Now remember, I said it was 3 of us at the house. It was me, the sister, and the stepsister. My best friend went to church with the dad and the stepmom and whoever else. Alright. Later on, it was like some commotion like going on. Not like arguing and yelling, but like it was like a lot of whispering and all that stuff, whatever. Alright, fast forward to now, we back in our neighborhood, and I think it was like a couple days later. The weekend was over, like me and the sister, you know, we did what we did. It was fun, cool. Come Wednesday, right? So Wednesdays we used to go to Bible studies at this like big community center. You could say it's a church too, but it looked like a community center, and that's what they called it. So me and my best friend, you know, like I'm thinking it's a regular Wednesday. I'm like, all right, damn, like bestie wanna go to Bible study, whatever. I guess I'll go with her, whatever. You know, like I said, I wasn't really like religious like that, whatever. I was like questioning things or whatever. So we get to Bible study, whatever. Like, I'm thinking it's a regular day, right? So this time it's the mom, my best friend, me, my best friend's other best friend, and like 2 other people. The sister wasn't there. So already I'm like, and I'm not looking for it because we slept together. Shut up. I'm looking for it because I'm like, you usually come out, like, what's up? So, alright, the sister not there. Alright, cool, whatever. So, they years, like I said, this wasn't my first time going, right? So fast forward a little bit. So the pastor, preacher, whatever, he's like, oh, if there's any new people in the house, blah blah blah, stand up. We want y'all to stand up. We want to see the new faces, blah blah blah. Okay. So I didn't stand up because I'm not new. Like, I've been coming here with my best friend all the time. So she like, no, stand up. And I'm like, I'm looking at her like, bitch, why? Why do you want me to stand up? Like, I've been coming here. I'm not new. So she like, no, just stand up. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I stood up, right? So then they like, all right, let's bring can y'all come forward to the front? Now, I'm a shy ass person. I've been saying that. I'm a shy ass person. I don't like a lot of attention. I damn sure don't like standing up and performing for people or being in the front center of a stage or whatever. I didn't like. I've always been like that. So she like, oh, go ahead, go up to the front. And I'm like, now at this point, like, I'm getting mad because why the fuck I need to go up to the front? I'm not new here. I stood up. That should have been enough. So I'm like, all right, like, I love my best friend. Like I said from the beginning, I love my best friend. All right, cool. So I go up to the front, right, with all the new people. Let me tell y'all, they took all the new people, and some of y'all already know this situation. Y'all know how this process go because either y'all the people that do this shit or y'all seen it happen or it happened to you. But y'all know how, like, a lot of religious things happen like that. I call it recruitment, but whatever. It's cool, whatever. Ain't no offense. So they take all the new people. They like, y'all come to the back, whatever. I'm like, okay. So you see these people back there, they all they lined up. It's like three or 4 rows of 4 people, right? And they all got Bibles in their hands. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, they about to give us these Bibles as gifts. Cool. Like, that's cool. That's what's up. All right. No, baby. When I tell y'all that they pulled us close to them, they put their hands on our heads and they start saying prayers and saying that we gonna save you and this, yo, I'm sweating now just talking about this shit, yo. When I tell y'all, I started bawling my fucking eyes. I was crying. I'm this young 12, 13-year-old fucking kid that has not ever been in no shit like this. My mom ain't ever fucking forced me to go to no fucking church and get saved, get baptized, all of them. No, nobody. So now, as all of this is happening, like, y'all can't imagine the things that were going through my mind. Like, I am pissed. Like, I'm crying. Like I said, I'm bawling my eyes out. All right, cool. And all I could think was, I ain't never speaking to this bitch again. Like, I was so fucking enraged at this bitch. She tricked me. My own fucking best friend tricked me. My own fucking best friend tricked me into getting saved because I came out to her that I was a part of the community. And it probably didn't help that I slept with her sister. And of course, her being so deep in religion and so, as a lot of us call it, brainwashed or whatever, like, oh, I gotta save my best friend because you can't be this way. You can't be this way. Bitch, I'm still this way and I'm gonna forever be this way, and there's nothing wrong with it. You could be a queer person and be religious. The hell? But of course, we talking about back in the day, so it's all good, whatever. So anyway, all I could think in my mind was, I'm never speaking to this bitch again. Like, I am never speaking to her again. So the lady finished, quote unquote, baptized me, whatever. It was not like an actual, like, baptism where they dip you in the pool or where, it's not that, but they considered it called getting saved is what they called it. So I'm like, I'm not gonna speak to her no more. Like, I'm never speaking to this girl again. She not my best friend. We done. Like, it's a fucking wrap, as we say in Philly. Like, it's a wrap. So I let the lady finish. I wiped my eyes. I got my Bible from her. I walked to the front. I went back outside to where everybody was. And when I tell y'all, like, the girl that was my best friend at the time, like, she was lit the fuck up like Christmas. This girl was so fucking happy. She swore that everything was just gonna be so fucking great for me after that. And all, yo, when I tell y'all, I walked next to her and I grabbed my jacket, and if looks could kill, that girl would have lost her life right there, just from me looking at her with fire in my eye. I was ready to take her out. I was ready to take her out. I can't believe I'm publicly telling this story. That's not to say, because we circling back to faith, right? That's not to say that, I'm traumatized that happened to me, so now I'm scared to go in church and I don't believe in God. That's not what that said. That's not what I'm saying by telling that story. I'm letting y'all know a traumatic experience that happened to me because it was by force. Had she talked to me about that, then maybe I would have been giving the opportunity to say, yes or no, I do or don't want to do this, right? But I wasn't given that. I blindly followed my best friend because I trusted her, and she betrayed my trust by doing that, and that shit hurt me. But that's not where I gave up on believing in God and everything. Like, other things in my life happened, and I just felt like, damn, like, if there is a God, why are these things happening? If there is a God, why so many homeless people? Why so many people dying? Why so many people getting killed? Why? Like, I got a book of questions. You know what I mean? Or at least I had a book of questions. The older I got, I just kind of like, okay, cool. Like, I just believe in me. Like, I got more comfortable with believing in me. So yes, we talking about faith, and I'm explaining to y'all, like, something that happened. It was very traumatic, but it also it also made me look at some religious people, if not all, but I'm gonna say some from my own experience, like, that I know that sometimes people are, following by what the Bible says, or, whatever it is. And it's like, we gotta love thy neighbor, so let's help them out. Let's bring them here to get saved. Let's do, like, I feel like her intentions were good, but the way that she went about it was wrong. And that goes for everybody. Like, don't try to recruit people and do it by force. You can talk to people about faith, about religion, about spirituality, about whatever it is to for them to believe in, and give them that chance to say, okay, like, I want to explore this, I want to learn. Let them decide. That goes for parents too. When y'all bringing these children into this world, children don't ask to be here. Let them decide their own faith. Let them decide. Let them say, okay, you told me that this might exist, that there's a difference in religion, spirituality, and all of these other things, but let me decide. Like, and that goes from me being a parent too. Like, I tell my son, mom, all the time, like, yeah, y'all could, pray for y'all food at dinner and all that stuff or whatever, but ultimately, like, let that kid decide. Y'all gotta stop forcing so many things. Like, it's too many things being forced, and that's a whole nother topic too that we're gonna talk about, because, baby, we about to run out of time. But when it comes to faith, I say all of that to say, let people have a choice. Don't force people into anything. You know what I mean? Don't force them to, you gotta believe in God, because if you don't, no. You can explain to them that religion is a thing, that spirituality is a thing. Like, you can explain to people what these things are. And when I say people, I mean everybody, but I'm specifically talking about children, because a lot of times it starts from young. It starts in the home, right? And so you can tell people, tell the kids, tell everybody that these things exist, but give them the space to find their own faith and belief in whatever it is that they want to believe in, that they want to follow, that they want to use as a guide in life. Like I said, my faith is in me. Armani means faith, so my faith is in me. My faith is in my choices. My faith is in the decisions that I make, the things that I do, how I live my life. It has not been the greatest, but it has not been the worst either. And a lot of people come to me for guidance. A lot of people look up to me, and I'm grateful for that. But I lead by my own choices. Yes, I talk to people. Yes, I have tried to explore religion and faith. Shit, at one time I actually thought that I was going to be a Buddhist. I did. Because a lot of things that I had researched and just the symbol, really stuck out to me. But that was my decision. That was my choice. Nobody forced me. And this is my own opinion, of course. Y'all got your opinion, I got mine. But this is the God Armani podcast, so we talking about me. And my opinion is coming from me. And if you agree with it, cool. If you don't, cool. Baby, we all still got to coexist in this world. So when it comes to faith, let people know that there are options of things to believe in, that they have a choice, and let them decide. Especially when it comes to children from young, let them decide. And if they don't choose a religion or a spirituality and they just have faith in themselves, then let them do that too. That's fine too. That's all fine and well. I appreciate y'all so much for taking the time to listen to my little raspy voice. I need some water. I drank some water before I started this, and my voice just keep going in and out. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world doing anything and listening to anybody else, but y'all decided to listen to me, and so I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We gonna have a great year, y'all. A great year. Happy fucking New Year. You know what? I ain't even gonna bleep myself out. Happy fucking New Year. And if you find something to have faith in that's not yourself, if it's a God, if it's Allah, if it's a Buddhism, or whatever it is, have faith in that. Otherwise, have faith in yourself. Have faith in the choices that you make. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. Motivate yourself. Keep pushing yourself to be better, to do better, and tell yourself that you're going to be better, that you're going to do better, that you already are one of the greatest people that ever existed. Okay? Love y'all. Until next time, the God Armani out. Peace.